up, Wastelanders? Christopher here, Gaslands, NorCal. Thanks for joining me once again for another conversion video. Now, I started doing this whole conversion thing about 6 years ago, and in those 6 years, I'd like to think that I've learned something. So, I'm going through all of my stuff, moving my bench around and everything, cleaning things up, and I came across two of my original builds that I did 6 years ago, and I was looking at them like, wow, I've come a long way, at least in my humble opinion. And these were the Terrain Crusher and a Dodge Viper. So these are two of my original builds that I did so long ago. And I thought, you know what? I want to $6 million man these babies and get them looking better. With all the skills and tools and bits and everything that I've come across in the past 6 years, I know I can make these things better. So we're going to do that this time. We're going to totally take these things apart, strip them down, repaint them, rebuild them. I'm going to try to use some of the bits that are on here, the ones that I think that are salvageable, which are really not that many. But that's what we're going to do this time. So you know what we got to do first? We got to get these babies apart, get them into the stripper. Alright, so we got everything all stripped up, all the old paint off there and everything. Even had some of the plastic that had to get off. When I opened them up, I did find that I used a lot of the hot glue to put these together and everything, which was kind of funny since I haven't done that forever, obviously. But yeah, so found that, which was kind of cool. Anyway, so for the base, I want to stick with the same colors that I had before. So this is going to be yellow, and this is going to be the teal with white stripes. So I'm going to do white on this first and tape it off and do the teal. This one we're going to go straight on with the yellow. We're going to do the Vallejo Game Air, just the dead white on this one. But this one, the closest yellow that I think I have that I just want to try out is the Light Rust from MIG. It's obviously for rust, but it is a yellow color, so it should work out pretty well. So let's get some base coating on these babies and go from there, because like Megan says, it's all about the base. I want to give a huge Wasteland thank you to all my Patreon supporters. You help keep the engines roaring, the armor bolted on, and the builds rolling out of Gaslands, NorCal. If you want to join the convoy, support the channel, head on over to patreon.com/GaslandsNorCal. Remember, upgrade your apocalypse. Alright, so we've got the base coat down, getting pretty close to what the vehicles were before. The blue on this is a little bit darker, but the white and everything is good. The yellow, it's looking good. Even got the red stripe and stuff going on. So staying pretty close to what it was originally before. Going to change out the wheels on this one. Doing wheel swaps on both of them just because the wheels weren't great. Adding some some exhaust pipes, new weapons, and everything else. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing with this. We're gonna agrax these babies up first. While the agrax is drying, gonna get everything else painted up in black and dry brushed, and then we'll start looking at getting stuff together and doing some weathering. So agrax it is. Alright, agrax is all dried up. Got the bits and pieces all painted up, ready to go. The wheels ready to go. The other ones are rubber wheels, so I don't have to do anything with those. Next, we're going to go through and do a little bit of brush chipping with the brush method. I'm going to use some old rust from MIG. Like I said, anything brown will work just fine. So let's get some chipping done, and then we're going to get everything together and see what else we need to do to get these things, like the whole $6 million man process, and rebuild them stronger and faster. So let's chip it up. Alright, so everything's all chipped up and ready to go. Got all the bits and pieces all painted up and ready to be assembled. So let's start that process. And let's start with the, let's see, this is the Terrain Storm. Let's start with this one first. Get this guy off to the side. Now, for Terrain Storm, I printed off some of the Gigahorse type big old tires that we're going to be using for it. And it's got some big holes for the assembly, and these styrene rods fit just perfectly inside of there, so that's what we're going to be using. Now, to do that, I had to go through and Dremel out the holes where the normal axles would go, so I did that already, so that's all ready to go. So we'll get those on there. Got a big old spiky ram, some awesome miniguns we're sticking on there, and then some big exhaust. So let's start the assembly process with the wheels, and then we'll get the rest of it glued on there. So fast forward to get everything done.
Thanks for watching, Road Warriors. Hit like and subscribe for more Wasteland mayhem.
Alright, that one's all set. Now let's move on to the Viper. When I took the Viper apart, the glue that I used, like I said, it was when I first started, so it was pretty bad. So I've got some marks on both the windshield and the back window, so a hole in the back window. So we're going to have to do some modifications for that. For the front, I've got some mesh we're going to put on the front, which is going to cover that up. For the back, what I'm actually going to do is drill it out a little bit more so we can mount this big old twin machine gun turret thing in the back, so that's going to take care of that. The wheels, I'm using some high-end rubber wheels, so that's going to go in there just fine. Got a like a napalm dropper, something that's going in the back, and then some nitro we're going to stick on the front somewhere so this thing can go even extra fast. So let's start getting this all together, and then we'll take a look and see what else we need to do for some weathering. So time for the Viper. Alright, so everything is all together, looking very cool, looking very updated, much better than my original ones that I started. Not that those were horrible, but they were just very basic. I obviously have used a lot of my skills, parts, bits, pieces, everything to upgrade these babies, especially the wheels. The wheels are just by far and away much better. So I could just be done with these, but I do want to do a little more grunge work, especially on all the shiny bits, the wheels and stuff, and do a little bit of rust work. Probably just be doing some sponge rust work on this stuff, and then dust them up and do some glamour shots. But yeah, much better than they were, so let's get them across the finish line. All right, and there we have it. One Terrain Storm and a Dodge Viper. Like I said, these are probably some of the first cars that I ever did 6 or so years ago. They looked fine, looked okay, but reimagined, the whole $6 million man treatment, upgraded everything, kept the same paint scheme, but added new weapons, new wheels, totally did a wheel swap and everything. Looked a lot better than they used to. Had a great time doing this. Don't normally take what I've done before and completely redo it. I may take the idea and redo them, but yeah, really enjoyed these. Bringing these to a new semblance of the Wastelands. I hope you had a good time watching this. I had a great time doing it. If you have any questions about what I've done, any of the products I use, hit me up in the comments. Any ideas on what you want to see me do next, or what materials you want me to use, what methods, paints, anything, again, hit me up in the comments. Like I said, had a great time. Hope you did too. Until next time, Gaslands and NorCal, signing out.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time in the Wastelands.